Hi, so we're gonna try that again. If not, we'll have to postpone this video to another day. So, welcome back again. So we're talking about this momentum that we believe is the real momentum, that but actually is a phantom momentum created from this illusion of who you are. So a lot of us, right, in this hustle culture, in this toxic hustle culture, the momentum is coming from a place of trying to belong in a system that equates your value as a person based on exterior, based on output. There's no clear indication of where you end within the system because the system itself benefits from you going all out, right? And a lot of us, like the standards that have been put out for us in society, right? Of course, from this deep desire to create our own path for ourselves, to create our own authority, we feel inspired to go above and beyond that standard. Sometimes, most of the times, at our own expense, because we believe like, oh, if they can do it, I can do it. But there's never a clear indication of like, hey, this person had more opportunities than I did. Or this person had a head start. Or this person has a different access to information within their own network, within their own body, within their own experiences, right? We believe like, oh, because it worked for them, it took them this amount of time, it has to take me the same amount of time. So there's this pressure that we never acknowledge that comes from us comparing ourselves to other people's standards or how it looks, or other people's status, how they accessed the status, right? There's like, oh, it has to be this way. And when you're trying to control how things show up or how your success happens to manifest, this is where you actually sabotage your own success because you are disconnecting from your own blueprint, from the authority of your own blueprint. You are disconnecting from your own inner signal and actually relying on other people's signal and plugging into other people's blueprints. Those blueprints that that would actually fire, that would actually go against your own system, right? And this is where you start burning out. This is where you start like feeling resentful. This is where you start creating chaos in your life because you're plugging into something that's not designed for you. And oftentimes this happens when things actually working out. Like, you got the money coming in, you got the connections, it looks good on paper. Like most people want the life that you have, but you within it, you're like, oh my gosh, like this is taking so much more energy than I actually have. This is taking so much more out of me, and it's meant to be easier. It's like I'm over explaining who I am and how this looks, and because you're judging yourself. You're judging yourself through your current circumstances. You're trying to match who you are based on this phantom identity that you have. And when you're judging yourself, when you're judging your mess, when you're resisting the process of evolution, right? Because you're a limitless being having a limited experience, right? Just like water is limitless, right? The ocean is like the ocean is also limited, right? When it's raining and pouring like it is right now, it's in this limitless flow, it's not limited, it's in its limitless form. It has no structure holding it. It's coming from a cloud and it's going on the ground, and then it's going to find its way and trickle its way into its next vessel where it's limited, right? But you are in this posture right now where it's raining, it's pouring, there's no vessel holding you yet, and you're aware of the patterns that you're doing that you have outgrown. And instead of judging yourself from this level of awareness and saying like, why am I doing these patterns, it's more of like, oh, I'm outgrowing these patterns, right? Because when you pivot from that state of being, from that perception, that's when you have access to so much more information within yourself. But when you're judging yourself, it's because you're working against your blueprint. And when you come back onto your blueprint, that is when you actually access all this wisdom within you, where you know how to digest the new information that you're now more aware of, and actually using that momentum that is dying from this phantom identity you had into internal infrastructure that helps you to rearrange all this information. Because right now you're evolving from external authority to internal authority. And how can you pivot if you don't have that bridge, right, from external to internal, right? So you need that energy to be moved in a specific way. And this is what getting to know yourself in 21 days does for you. And you can find the information down below. And I'm curious what specifically you're moving through right now with experiencing this phantom identity, and also witnessing the gap between who you know you need to be in order for you to be nonchalant, to be unbothered by this, your current circumstances, the pivoted energy that's moving. I want you to share what really got activated through this transmission. All right, see you on the other side.